Hey, a question for you. Do you have an estate plan? If you do, congratulations. That's what we want to hear. Great. If you don't, why not? Stop procrastinating. Stop kicking the can down the road. If your rationale is that estate plans are only for the very wealthy and it doesn't apply to you, you're wrong. An estate plan is applicable to every single one of us. Even if your only thing that you have or possess in your whole world is a goldfish, having an estate plan is an important facet of overall wealth management. So I know it's daunting, right? You look at something like this big estate planning binder with all these thick pages in it. You say, that's daunting, that's overwhelming. I'll get to that someday when I have time. While it is an important conversation, it encompasses a lot of things, there's no reason to procrastinate. Do it now while you're in a great frame of mind and have time, right? Because it brings together two often taboo subjects that people don't want to talk about, money and death. Well, even if we don't have much money or if we have a tremendous amount of money, it applies to all of us, and certainly the other applies to all of us as well. Ron Burgundy, the fictional anchorman, once said that a study shows 96% of us will die at some point in our lives. And while we can get a chuckle out of that, we do know that it does apply to each and every one of us as part of being a human, right? Part of the human condition is that we're here for a limited amount of time, and at some point something happens to all of us, whether by surprise or through longevity. So in any case, let's get to it. Now, there are some key players involved in an estate plan. Obviously you, coming up with the original ideas and intentions and values, and obviously an estate planning attorney as well, because it's a legal document. It's not something we draft for you, but we work very well with the estate planning attorneys. So as a third party, us, if you want us involved in the conversation, then we're very happy to do so. But a fourth party you might want involved, if this applies to you, is your adult children. So oftentimes people create a very simplistic estate plan when their children are firstborn or young, right? To determine guardianship issues and things like that. Very important things for young children, making sure who is going to watch after your children if something were to happen to you and your spouse. But as they grow older and have families of their own, and you've accumulated more assets as well, you all have a clearer picture of what you want to happen. So bringing them in the conversation can yield a lot of benefits. For an example, we want to make sure that your decisions that you're making, in your mind, positive gifting ideas to the next generation, don't clash with the decisions they're already making. If you wanted to pay for your grandkids' education, but your children are putting aside money in a 529 plan, that idea might clash because they might end up with a whole bunch of money in a 529 plan they never used as a result of your generosity, but they could have deployed that money in other more useful places for their own goals, like maybe retirement savings or purchasing a vacation home to enjoy with the family. Any of those things can apply. So we want to make sure we do it the right way. You can give money away the wrong way, right? So we want to make sure we're doing it the right way. And I know it's a hard topic to bring up around the holidays or whatever it might be, but you can hold a separate family meeting, have them in the conversation, conference calls, whatever it might be, to any extent possible. Because it also serves as a prompt for them to think about it. And if they're going to be playing an important role in your estate plan, like executor, then, aside from just beneficiary, it can help educate them and prepare them for what that might entail. And in some cases, maybe after they learn the role that you, in your mind, want them to fill, they may decline. They may say, I don't want to be the executor. I don't want that burden or that role. One of my siblings can take care of that. Or if nobody's a good contender, then maybe we find a third party to be the executor on your estate. And there's nothing wrong with that, but having this conversation early can help avoid any faux pas when we ultimately do perish, and it kind of gets taken into action here, the estate plan, when it comes into effect. And so you can also use this as a way to explain your intentions, whether they be leaving a legacy, like leaving money behind to your alma mater or a hospital or your church, whatever it might be. We want to make sure that the children are aware that that part is getting carved off for legacy intentions, and maybe they won't be inheriting that piece. And even more so, if there's a child or person who's getting written out of your will or your legacy, in your estate plan entirely, then we want to be able to describe that and give rationale as to why. So there's no contention later on if it were to serve as a surprise to that person or the other siblings or other beneficiaries of your estate. So being able to describe that in detail can help avoid a lot of family tension later on. And so these are all great conversations to have. Estate plan, very important. Leaving a legacy, doing it the right way, preparing the next generation. If you haven't done so, please give us a call. We're happy to play a role. Thanks a lot. Hope it helps. See you soon.